What's good, YouTube? Thank y'all for tuning in. So, man, I'm gonna talk about my experience with resentment and what it was like for me having resentment for somebody. So, listen, man, I had no idea resentment could have such a negative impact on my life. Like, how was me hating someone else bad for me? And what I realized when I started resenting somebody, I took a lot of energy. That took a lot of energy to hate somebody or to be disgusted with somebody, right? So I harbored all of this negative energy within myself just so I could hate this one person. And this woman, man, that I had resentment for, I loved her a lot. Like, that was my dog. And she did some foul shit, and I resented her for it. I resented her because I trusted her so much. I had a lot of respect for her. And she showed me that at any time a motherfucker could switch. And ever since I held so much negative emotion towards her, like I wasn't out fucking with her at all. And, after a while I forgave her or whatnot, but it was more so of I forgave her because I just wanted to keep the peace. I just wanted to not have no kind of conflict. I wanted to just, be good, be cool, move on, move past it. But at the end of the day, bro, deep down inside, I still held resentment for her. Like I was forgiven for all the wrong reasons. So therefore, the resentment that I had for her, it didn't leave. I just buried it, I guess. And then, after a while, bro, with me going on with my life and stuff, not even having nothing to do with her no more. It was just, it started to deal with me now. Bro, I was angry. I was bitter. I was upset all the time. From the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, I was just always, I had an attitude of like, I wish somebody would. That's what kind of attitude I had. Like I was on one consistently. I didn't smile no more. I didn't do none of the things that made me happy no more. I didn't do anything. I just stayed to myself. I was short-tempered. I didn't have conversations with people like that. Like I was sharp with my words. I was irritated all the time. Man, it was just like, I was just a negative all the time. And I didn't know why. I didn't know why because wasn't nobody doing nothing to me. Wasn't nobody trying to, sorry y'all, these raggedy ass cars going up and down the streets. But anyways, wasn't nobody doing nothing to me, man. Wasn't nobody bothering me in any kind of negative way. However, I had all this negative emotion and negative energy built up in me, and I did not know why. I did not know why. I was just mad all the time. I was on one all the time. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't bothering nobody. I wasn't picking with nobody. I'm not a troublemaking type of person. However, I was not ducking no smoke. It was almost like I'm welcoming it. You know what I mean? And I couldn't figure out why I felt the way that I did. It was almost like I was in depression. I was depressed all the time. Didn't want to do nothing. Didn't want to be around nobody. Didn't want to meet new people. Didn't want to hold conversations with nobody. I was just filled with negative energy. And then it took me a while to realize that I am filled with all this negative energy because I filled my soul with resentment for somebody. And it wasn't really the person that was making me feel like that. It was just that I was carrying around negative energy within myself. Anytime you resenting somebody, bro, it's negative energy. And that's when I realized what people were saying, like you have to forgive people for yourself, not them. And I understand that now is because energy, it doesn't really release. You can't get rid of energy. You can only transform it into a different kind of energy. You know what I mean? Like, I was just holding on to negative energy. And without me transforming that energy into something positive, or putting that energy in something positive into the world, it was just harboring in me. And it was causing me to be depressed. It was causing me to be angry. It was causing me to be silent. It was causing me to be alone. It was causing me to push people away. Until I realized I had to forgive. And not for the other person, not for to make circumstances better. I had to forgive so I can take that energy and that emotion and flip it and transform it into something positive. So I can move on. Because when you still hold resentment for somebody, it's almost like that person still got power over you. Because at the end of the day, you still hurting, or you're still hurt off of whatever they did to you. You know what I mean? And I was thinking like, bro, I'm sitting over here miserable all the time. I'm not happy. I got all this grudge against somebody, and they living their life happy, taking pictures, taking trips, kicking it with their friends. They moving on with their life. And I was just in a negative space. So it was like, resenting somebody is only going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt them. You know what I mean? So I had to really forgive and have a different perspective on people. I forgave in a way that I had to look at things differently. Like, you know what? I took myself out of the equation. I stopped looking at myself as a victim in a way, I guess. Like, even though kind of like when somebody do harm you or foul you in a wrong, negative way, you are a victim to that. And it do create trauma. But then you have to look at it like, you know what? Some people just move in funny ways. Some people just have dysfunctional ways of thinking, and they move weird. And that's just what it is. You can't take it personal. Some people are just messed up. Some people just do fucked up things. Excuse my language, but it's true. So once I started looking at it like that, like, you know what, people doing things that have nothing to do with me. Sometimes people's morals aren't fully intact. Sometimes people don't think clearly, or sometimes they just don't want to. And when I started thinking like that, it was easier for me to forgive and let go, because in life, it's going to be full of disappointment and it's going to be full of frustration. You know what I mean? But resenting somebody will not get you nowhere. It will only harm you. So when I stopped resenting, when I finally said, I'm making peace with my past, I'm making peace with whoever hurt me, I eventually started feeling lighter on my feet. I started smiling more. It was like a weight that was lifted. Like, I can breathe. It was just, I don't know, like it was a weight lifted. I felt like I didn't have to be guarded no more. I didn't have to show hate for nobody no more. I could be happy. I could move on. And I did. And I realized that resentment is what was causing so much chaos and so much despair in my life. And I never knew hating somebody could make me feel so low. But boy, it did. So I said all that to say this. I know that in life, it's almost natural to turn against somebody when they hurt you or when they wrong you and hate them. And for a minute, you are going to hate them. But you can't hold on to resentment. You have to learn how to forgive. That's the moral of this video, is you have to forgive for yourself. If you are going through a time where you just depressed, you mad, you bitter, you irritated all the time and you don't know why, you probably need to look a little deeper and find where that negative energy that's harboring in you coming from. And a lot of the time, it's coming from resentment. I had no idea. that resentment could cause that. But resentment is a sign of bitterness and irritation. You know? You have to let that resentment for people go. You know? Learn from the mistakes. And, you know, keep it pushing. Know what to look for next time. Know what not to do next time. That's all you can do is take your hurt and use it as a learning experience and as a tool to guide you through life. But hold resentment for somebody, it'll hurt you. It'll hurt your soul. It'll hurt your spirit. That's what it did to me. That's my experience with resenting somebody. So yeah, man. I hope if you can find something out of it that could maybe pull you out of your depression or pull you out of your madness and sadness, it's probably resentment that you holding for somebody. So I hope the video will help you out. I thank you for watching. Hit the thumbs up if you would like. Subscribe if you would like. And yeah, man, I'll see y'all again soon. Thank y'all. God bless.